So, I want to teach you a somatic exercise that can help you accept the things in your life right now that are really difficult, that are really annoying, and that are really nagging at you. I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about the things that tire us, the things that energize us, and the things that tire us. One of the things we spoke about was that there are things in each of our lives where we're aware of the reality, and we expend so much energy trying to figure out if we're doing it right, when really what we're wanting to lean into is acceptance. Or maybe it would be more helpful if we lean into acceptance. My friend was talking about a certain situation where she struggles, and she said, I just wish I had it all figured out. And then I said to her, is it that you want to have the perfect recipe to have it figured out? Or is it difficult to grieve and to accept exactly what is right here, right now, when there's no easy solution? And she looked at me with this look in her eyes. And the reason I said that was because I, too, as a human being, have places and spaces where I work really hard. And I also, as a human being, know that there are areas in my life where acceptance, radical acceptance, or acceptance is the biggest gift that I can give myself as I navigate through certain parts of life, of this thing called life. So, from a somatic perspective, what I want you to try is do this thing, okay? So, I want you to think about something in your life that's been stressing you out, that's been really hard on you, that's been weighing on your heart, on your mind, takes up a lot of mental energy, emotional energy. And I want you to imagine that if all of that you're holding was to be in a certain shape, okay? If it was in the shape of like it's being held in your hands, how tightly or how loosely are you holding that information, right? How tightly or loosely are you holding the relationship to that issue? So, say, for example, your marriage is really challenging, or your husband is not receptive, or you have a child that has unique needs. Say, for example, there is something in your life where you're wanting to, be more perfectionistic or work harder. How tightly connected are you to the situation? Okay. So, are you noticing that the problem is here? Do you feel like it's kind of like you're holding it kind of a little bit scooped up, or do you feel like you're kind of really clenched and you're holding on really tight, you're squeezing really hard, trying to figure this out, trying to make a change, trying to shift some way that you're doing this thing or engaging with this thing? I know for my own self, there are instances where I'm trying so hard. And so, if you're anything like me, and if you ever have those moments, what I would do, right, with this somatic exercise is that those things that you're holding on or trying really hard to change, I want you to clench your fists as you think and feel into that. Think and feel into the person that you're wanting to change, into the situation that you're really struggling with, into the feelings that fill your body, into the thoughts that overtake you, and just feel how tightly you might be holding that, okay? And what I want you to do without thinking is, what would it be like for just a moment if you just opened your hands and you released it? Just opened up. And you tried on these words of, for right now, this is what it is. For right now, this is what it is. And I want you to play around with it, right? Come back to holding, come back to feeling the pace of your breath, the feeling in your body, in your hands as you clench the fist, or as you hold on to that, or you relate to that issue in your life or struggle or reality. For myself, my breathing gets a little shallower, my body feels a little tighter. And then I just wanted to help you try again. What's it like when you open your hands and you say those words, right now, this is how it is? We're not saying that we like it. We're not saying that you want it. You're not saying that you even fully are okay with it. But what you're doing is that you're allowing the space for the situation right here, right now, to simply be. And I want you to try again. So clench those fists, or feel that tension, or feel how it makes you inside when you think about when you think about the situation of the reality and just kind of feel into how your body holds on, overthinks, is grasping onto or is trying to change or expends energy. And I want you to take that breath when you're ready, and I want you to just open your hands, right? Kind of stretch out your hands. I would almost put my hands all the way out on my lap, okay? You're out here. And I would go with those words. Right now, this is how it is. And on this third time, what I invite you to do is to kind of make space for what's it like? What emotions do you notice? How do you feel in your body? What do you need to be able to be with what is right now? What do you need to make space in your life, in your heart, in your mind for this reality? If you took a pause from fighting it, if you took a pause from fighting for it or against it or overthinking it, how can you be with what is? I'm not asking you to say that you're okay with the situation. I'm not even saying that you should fully accept it. But what I'm saying is, can you do this exercise because it is the first step towards acceptance? It is the first step to getting curious about, is there more support? Is there an acknowledgement of the pain? Is there a realizing that there's something that's really difficult for you to navigate every day? Is there maybe a need to make some kind of change right now or down the road to be able to better meet the needs of whatever's going on? But all of those steps are secondary. Sometimes I see in my therapy practice and as a person is that we sometimes jump to problem solving. We sometimes jump to throwing solutions before we even fully grasp and relate to and understand the problem. And so I encourage you somatically to just try this kind of the holding on and the right now, this is how it is. Right now, kind of you want to just it's a somatic, you're going from tight to loose. Let your fingers soften. Tight to loose. Because there's something about just embracing and being with what is right now. Right now means it might not be like this tomorrow. It might not be like this in an hour. It might not be like this in a month. But right now, this is what it is. And if we could just allow the mind and the body to notice that right now this is what it is, there might be an opening and a space for you to feel the feelings about what it's like to acknowledge that, any emotions, any worries. And to be with those feelings or those realities can be a big sense of relief, because often we're fighting against feeling certain feelings or being with certain realities. And so I encourage you to try this somatic exercise of working with your hand and your, holding and releasing. Holding and releasing. Tight and loosening up. And just see what that's like for you.